Hello everyone, I'm Brujo from Nextroll, and this is a asynchronous lightning talk about Rebar3 Hank. So first of all, let me show you a little application we have here. It simulates a large application, but with just the parts that I want to display today. It's a regular Rebar managed application, as you can see. Okay, and so basically what we have is a module that has one entry point called run. It basically performs a simple thing, which is to do whatever, to add a tuple here, but it can be as complex as you want. The idea here is that this thing is sometimes done depending on this parameter. And this is something that happens often, at least in my experience, where you are testing things, and so you have a parameter for sampling, and so you want to perform the thing not all the time, but some random percentage, and eventually you get asked to remove that sampling because the thing was actually approved. As you can see here, we have tests for the ignore situation and for when the thing actually ran. And if we run the tests, you can see that they cover all the cases and everything is squeaky clean. So what do we do when we have to remove the sampling? Because now the thing is approved, it's not more feature flagged, so your task is to remove the part where it is ignored. And so what do? We open our favorite editor, remove the test where the thing is ignored, because it won't be ignored anymore. And on the proper test, we remove the sampling. So any value for that parameter should turn up running the thing in the end. Of course, this will fail as expected, or maybe not. Sometimes it will fail. See? And so we fix that thing by basically just removing this part where we ignore the thing. And now it works. And we can actually see that, again, we have all of our code is tested, and that's nice. But as many of you might have guessed already, we left a lot of things there that they compile, they work, but they are not needed. And if you think we could find them with, the ELISA, sadly, no, the code type checks perfectly. But, well, maybe with XREF. But then again, no, the call graph is correct. There is nothing to do there. Maybe Elvis? With Elvis? No, still not. So what we did at the Nextroll was to create a tool to detect those pieces of that code that we left behind, our changes. And we call it Hank. So now you can, if you have the proper plugin, I will show you in a second how, you can run Rebar3 Hank, and it will tell you that you have some pieces of that code. So, for instance, in this case, the function maybe do the thing doesn't need its first and second arguments. So we can edit the thing. Basically, here we have a function with 3 arguments, but we only use the last one. So we can remove this. But we are smart enough, and we know that calling it's just a change of names. You see, it's passing the value, and that's all it's doing. So we can remove this one and just change it here. To this. And here, no, and that's it. And but now we have an unused parameter which the compiler picks up. So we can again ignore that parameter. If it's not used, we don't need it. So what happens if we check the code with Hank again? Again, it doesn't need that parameter. So we go in and remove the parameter. If we remove the parameter, we are in the same position again. It's just a simple change of names for the function. So we remove these things. We go here, and we remove the parameter and change the name of the function. And what do you think will happen? For here, nothing at all. This is still fine. But look at this. Now the code is clean. And that's because we are still using the sample rate to print it out. But if we don't need it anymore, we can, just remove it from here and here. And now, all goes well, Hank will detect that we have an unused macro and an unused parameter. Look at this. The macro was used before to provide the default value for this environment configuration. It's not needed anymore. It's not used anywhere, so we remove it. And the other thing that Hank detected is that we have a parameter here that we don't use anywhere in the app, so we can remove it from here as well. And now and the thing passes our test. We get full coverage, and everything is fancy again. And how can you use Rebar3 Hank? Well, basically, you just add the plugin to your Rebar3 configuration in the same way that you add any other plugin, like the formatter or the linter or whatever. You just add the plugin here, and that adds the Hank command, and that's it. And a bonus tip is that you can add an alias like this one, and you run everything, all the tools in your arsenal against your code every time. And so you make sure that it's clean and xref and dialyzed and whatever, and you also check that there is no dev code around. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.